Good afternoon, I'm Charles Floate, the CEO of Godlike Marketing and the head of SEO at SUSE Digital. I've also got a blog called God of SEO, which is a bit of a mixtape of around Fishkin, and it just developed from there and it's got quite big now. But my entire presentation today is a bit of a play on words. So it's called a money-making parasite and it's based on Parasite SEO. The entire point of it for you guys is to make money out of doing Parasite SEO. And there's really good points made about, I know Paul said about the anchor text diversity, and Brian was talking about content depth and content distribution, that kind of thing, and Kirsty was talking about never buying links and that kind of stuff. But we're going to completely throw that out the window now because Google don't really care when it comes to Parasite stuff. So a lot of people have been saying spamming is dead, and this is how I got into spamming. I did this case study back in June of last year, and it was basically, I didn't do any on-page optimization. I just did a title which was automatically put in by I think like Whois SEO or something, and then built all these really crappy spammy links to a 301 and then fired it through to my blog post. I didn't actually even do the title on it, it was just automatically generated from the blog post. And then it ranked in the top 2 positions for SEO Moz, SEO Moz Wikipedia, SEO Moz Inc., SEO Moz Twitter, SEO Moz Facebook, all those keywords, ran Fishkin, ran Fish, ran Fishkin Blog, ran Fishkin Black Hat SEO, ran Fishkin White Hat SEO, and all these massive keywords for about 3 months. And I did a massive case study on it and it got quite popular on Matthew Woodward's blog. But we can one-up this kind of spam. So we can be creative spammers. We're going to mix the world of being white hat content marketers, even though how much I hate that word, and I see a few smiling faces at the back, with the black hat technical creativity that is kind of pushing things forward with spam and with links. So what is Parasite SEO? Well, it was a technique that was first coined back in 2007 by Blue Hat SEO, and that was before I even got into SEO, so I only know him through forums and things. And his blog's actually gone now, but it's there's loads of web archives and all that kind of thing. And he basically built all these sites that would be removed out of Google within 3 months for hosting affiliate niches, which is a massive thing. So he built Parasite SEO to beat that removal process, that updates and all the algorithm updates and things like that Google basically will kick your domain out of the SERPs within weeks or months and even days now. And that's why I kind of evolved it to beat things like the payday loans algorithm, Penguin, and I know Paul was talking about caffeine. I built this kind of process and evolved it to beat those updates specifically. So basically the premise of it is you use someone else's website to rank your shit. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing. And here's an example. I built this page. This was actually a print screen of it 4 days I think after I built it, and then it was ranking page 2 already after after a matter of days of building this site out. But what are the uses of Parasite SEO? So the first one you got is reputation management. And this is what Nick was talking about earlier about forums. So I'm going to give you kind of examples of all these different things that you can use. The one being forums. So we had a client that was a big software company, and he had loads of really bad reviews in this one forum. So what we did, we took a load of VPSs with different IP addresses from all over the world, created a load of accounts on these forums, started posting randomly across the forums and stuff, and then created our own thread, and then kicked the old one with all the negative feedback out of the SERPs and put our thread at the top. It's really cheeky, I know, but it worked brilliantly, and now the software gets a ton more downloads because of the reviews, and that kind of SERP for the company's reviews and all the reputational stuff is awesome. Before it was like all swear words and that kind of thing and that kind of stuff. The next is affiliate marketing, and as I showed you earlier about WooCommerce themes, affiliate marketing is really powerful with this kind of stuff. For example, BuzzFeed, which is a site that we use in Parasite SEO, it's really, really powerful because you can list out 1, 2, 3, 4 of the top sites. For example, with WordPress themes, you can look at the top 5 for 2014 and then rank it for those keywords and then list your affiliate link one by one and get a load of click-throughs and make a load of money. Same with online casino. I saw someone ranking position 3 with a BuzzFeed site for car insurance. And next is ranking for keywords. It's pretty much self-explanatory, you don't need to kind of do that kind of thing. Next is branding, and this is where you get into like your controlling the content on your company's SERP. So this is really powerful. Anyone who's got a brand and you want to control all of the content that is on that first SERP, that's how you do it. So you can parasite your Twitter profile, your company's LinkedIn page, your Facebook page, your Pinterest boards, your downloads, all that kind of stuff. You can parasite the first page and you control all of that content that is your company's content on the first page of Google. And then you can be pretty much anything. I talked about earlier about us being creative. You want to kind of mix those two worlds and be creative black hats rather than the standard technical GSA spam or whatever you're going to be using. So let's take a look at 2 pages that I've built. And both these pages combined make me about $50 to $100 a day just from ranking in these different positions. And these are only a few weeks old as well, so this could potentially escalate to even more. The first one was on BuzzFeed, and it was the best premium WordPress themes 2014, so targeting keywords like WordPress theme, WordPress themes, which combined have like 300,000 monthly searches, premium WordPress theme, premium WordPress themes, best WordPress and that kind of thing. And the other one was the best e-commerce WordPress themes of 2014, which was targeting WooCommerce themes and e-commerce WordPress themes and that kind of thing. And 7 days later, those were the results. And if you Google it now in terms of US searches for WordPress themes, I've actually kicked out Theme Forest as the bottom position and taken over from a massive site with like a DA of like 90 or something ridiculous. And that was just after 7 days of building these sites and blasting the crap out of them with loads of links. And those are the US monthly search results for each one as well. So let's take a look at building all of this spam. And I wanted to use the over 9,000 meme so many times, but I could only just fit it into this now as well. So here's the page that I built 14 days ago from 26, so about 17, 18 days ago. And the beauty of this kind of thing is, because it has so much authority, and it's such an authoritative domain within Google, you're not going to get any penalties on it. So it's not a site that you just bought, and it's not a fresh domain. You won't get any penalties at all. So I've spammed it with 9.1 thousand backlinks, plus a load of 301s and that kind of thing. And in total it's cost me about $50 to do that. And it's now ranking page 1 for WooCommerce themes, WooCommerce theme, which are massive affiliate keywords. So the first thing I did was run a 3-day GSA Blast for $5 from Fiverr, and Fiverr links still can actually blast your stuff. And GSA Search Engine Ranker is basically a tool where you can spam the crap out of any site you want to. Next thing I did was got a load of crappy blog network links. This cost me $10, but you can get it for $5 if you don't want to have the extra fast package, which takes 2 days instead of 5 days to actually come through. And these are really bad, like just awful links, but they're from DA 20, 30 sites, so they give you a bit more premise. The next I got a mini spam blast. This is from a guy called Mark L, who's a good friend of mine on Traffic Planet. He will give you a blast of all these kind of links here, with the main thing here being the tier 2, so your tier 1 contextual links will get indexed within days. So as soon as you order this, you'll have a load of links coming through, as you saw about the nearly 9,500 links that I had. You'll have them straight away with that kind of stuff. And this means you don't have to spend hours running all the software that you normally have to do. The next is SAPE. And the beauty of SAPE is, no one's using it anymore. Everyone thinks it's been penalised when it really hasn't, and it's just fantastic. I got 75 high PR SAPE links for $40, and those are the page ranks on the right of some of them. For example, some of the ones I'm using for WordPress themes, and those are the domain authorities and the page authorities are some of the links that I got as well for $40. Fire those at the actual main site rather than the 301s, and they'll rank ridiculously easily. The other thing was 20 network posts. Has anyone seen SE Slingshot? It's a service that's like a blog network. Normally you pay $150 for 50 links, but instead you can use outsourced ranking. It's the exact same network and it's the exact same people behind it, but it's the wholesale version. So instead of paying $3 to $4 per network post, you actually pay $1 per network post, and potentially cheaper if you go over 200, 500 network posts as well. So those are the domain authorities. Obviously the page authority won't have updated yet because they're only a few days or weeks old, but as you can see, the domain authority is just awesome as well. And then the next thing is the 301 redirect technique. So for $4 on NameCheap, you can get a domain that you can Whois, and you don't need hosting to 301 it. You just go to the domain settings. For example, here I have WordPress-themes.pw. 301 it over to my BuzzFeed page using the all host records in the bottom, and then just 301 it using that. And then you can fire all your spam at this rather than having it at your main page, because if you invest $150, $200 in these pages, those pages can potentially be moderated by the people who actually own the sites and removed. So you want these 301s to actually protect your investment in them, and then if they do get removed, you can just 301 to a different page. So why spend money? That's the entire point. Why spend the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that you can spend ranking your own sites and things when you can rank someone else's? I spent about $50. Those are the main 4 keywords that I ranked for, which are generally about $1 cost per click, when you get traffic worth 100 times that in terms of AdWords spend. So I am page 1 for nearly every single one of these keywords on the US searches. I think I'm page 2/3 for UK searches. and I've made close to $2,000 in about 2 weeks of doing these kind of things. And this is your 4 keywords that I rank for as well. There's about 20 others that I've been targeting with SAPE and all the other kind of stuff. So let's just bear a few things in mind about this kind of thing. These pages were made less than 30 days ago. They're spammed with thousands of links, and they have links from networks that Google has apparently penalised. So it really doesn't matter if you're buying penalised network links. In fact, if you guys think the networks are penalised, it's even better because no one else is using them and you get a load of links really cheaply. So what parasites can you actually use as well? The first thing I thought I'd mention here is a parasite is not a subdomain, it's a root domain. A subdomain, for example, example.wordpress.com, example.blog.com, etc. Those won't work because they are not root domains, which is where you get all the authority from, and it is what you can spam. So things like Amazon product pages, this can make you an absolute fortune, and there's a niche in America for what they call lawnmowers, and on the first page alone you have 3 parasite pages which have got about 200,000 links combined, total blasted out of them, and are ranking for 200,000 monthly search keywords. You can also use things like iTunes App Marketplace, Google Marketplace, Windows Store. Then you've got press releases, Storify pages, BuzzFeed pages, Rebelmouse. And then you've got your digital stuff, for example, like SoundCloud, YouTube, Vimeo. Then you've got your social profiles, which I talked about branding, with all the others, with all Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn pages and like that. But there's loads of other pages that you can find. Anyone that's in Alexa and has like a few million links can pretty much build pages off. Then you're fine to go with those. If you'd like to view the slides again or check out the resources that I mentioned in the video, here's the 301 URLs for them. You've got the slides there and the resources, and thanks for watching.
Charles, has anyone got any questions? Right.
Yeah, can you go back a slide?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Can I just say, I just feel like I've just been talking to a drug dealer. It's just, I've been in iGaming a long time. I've never done this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Because I've always felt that I would end up getting fired because it would all just go totally wrong. Now, why do you think this stuff actually works?
Well, that's the beauty of not having a boss, being your own boss, that kind of thing. You can get away with pretty much anything, and that's also kind of, you have to kind of lower your moral of what you actually think is the right thing to do and that kind of thing. But it works, and I kind of found out that it worked thanks to Terry Kyle. I've known him for about 3 or 4 years now, and he showed me it, and he showed me a page that he was ranking for paleo recipes and paleo diets and that kind of stuff, which he then did a massive follow-up case study on back last November, which was really popular as well. And then I kind of expanded on that with him, and it's just worked for me brilliantly ever since.
So a lot of today has been about going the high road with this stuff. And this is definitely going the low road.
Yeah.
This is so low, this is like in the undergrowth.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a normal agency or whatever, how the hell can, if you're a brand, a real brand,
yeah,
how could a real brand use some of this very dirty stuff?
Yeah, that's the entire point of, you're not actually using this stuff. That's the entire point of third-party stuff. I like to create kind of third parties away from the brand itself. So, for example, when I created the forum thread, which knocked the other one out of the SERPs and made our company really reputable and had brilliant reviews in the first SERP, that's kind of building away from having any relation to the brand whatsoever. The only reason that's ranking there is because you've done it, but no one knows you've done it. Everyone else thinks it's a completely third-party person who's done it. And that's, again, where you have to kind of lower your morale, being pretending that you're someone who you're not, and creating all these personas on the internet rather than being completely anonymous. Well, that's the point of being. You can be completely anonymous on the internet and build these kind of things.
Wow. Do you get hate mail?
Occasionally, yeah.
Any questions from anyone? Yes.
How long do you reckon this will last? Because familiar with the tactic.
Yeah.
Pinterest was the famous one 4 months ago, and then Google released that as a parasite site. So how long do you reckon this will last across other websites?
Well, as an example, I have a YouTube video that I made back when I got first introduced, when I was first introduced to this kind of tactic, back in April. So this was, I think, 8-9 months ago. I built it up as a thing, and everyone knows YouTube videos because if you were Googling SEO or SEO services, that kind of thing, for US and UK searches, YouTube videos ranked number 1 because they were Parasite pages. And this one's still ranking today for, I think it's cheap hotels on the UK search. And it was just a bit of a joke one as well. I didn't actually take it very seriously, but then it ranked really well for a big keyword. And I think it will kind of last as long as you can find new parasites. So I found new ones, for example, Google Drive. You can build HTML files and have it on the Google Drive site, so it's DA like 60 or 70, but then because it's a Google product and it's recommended by Google, you can spam the hell out of it and they aren't going to matter that much either. It's Google's own product. So you can use Google products and you're not going to get penalised for it.
I have a question about Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying you're able to get links off these networks that have been nuked by Penguin.
Yeah.
So they're obviously on many people's disavow lists, and therefore they are blacklisted by Google. Are you you're saying that those links still get you ranked?
Yeah, they still work perfectly fine because of the authority of a site like BuzzFeed or even news articles. So if a journalist writes a piece about your company, that site's not going to get penalised, or it's not going to get it's not going to be affected because of the overall authority of the domain. And that's the entire point of using root domains rather than using a subdomain, which a lot of affiliate marketers go with.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, Charles, thank you very much for
Yeah.
this.